Hopeless Noah Rickun. What I want to say about hopeless Noah Rickun is that I'm homeless in the threatening that his first name is Noah. Noah is the name of somebody male who has a dung genital. And in this world, the genitals are the penis genital with testicles or derogatory and male nipples. And that's true that a male with nipples does not have the name Noah. That's wrong to God. So that's what's wrong with Noah and Rickon. He doesn't really stop using his first name as Noah because it's in his head, but he's not due inside consuming the keys anywhere. He's not due in a house, he's not due in public, he's due outside homeless. And in Wisconsin, if you're outside homeless during the winter, that includes that you have snow. So he's due outside in the snow, and he's due to be sorry that he is himself. Noah is not due because his genitals don't match his name. And that means he did something wrong in a previous world that is deceased. And it's for him not due to be in this world this way. He's due to be in between the worlds, waiting for God to give him another life if he did well in the previous world deceased. That did not work out for him, and he was very angry as though this is another world. And it's not, it's this world, and he has illegal genitals. So, what I want to say about myself is I did not survive that he has illegal genitals, but I have illegal genitals caused by some other reason. I'm illegally formed by Jesus, who you know as Jesus Christ, but he's not holding the world informed as Jesus Christ. That's somebody in now in Rome and Italy who thought that Jesus was not aliving around himself and said it to some people, and it ended up becoming public by television and etc. That was way back in 1981. And that's because my house is not correctly ordered. I'm not in my house now. I'm not getting anything out of it. That Jesus is not alive, is not moving people around himself. It's due that if Jesus is not alive, he's moving people into a mortuary. That means you're supposed to be homeless on all the points. And when you know about Jesus, you're in a mortuary. And that's where you're due to know about God. Being angry with yourself the way he's angry with Jesus is not alive here. Jesus doesn't have a penis. So, what's wrong with Pope John Paul is that he died of scurvy, and he's not really allowed to be alive again like Jesus because he reported Jesus was not alive. And that's not the same thing as reporting that he's died. In the year 1981, it wasn't that Jesus was alive and he died. Jesus was never formed with a penis. And you're not supposed to say that with yourself, but I have to disclaim myself because I don't have a live anymore in my genitals because of Jesus having been reported that he was not ever alive by being reported as Jesus Christ, and he was crucified. And we don't know that. We don't have a crucifixion of Jesus because it's crucifixion, it's fiction. It was something in the threatening that did not really alive. And there's no way to report that. You might know that interiorly with your own God, but you're not an announcer for God. Did you know God is not creating Jesus and be a pope? Yeah, that's not what a pope is. I'm not the pope because it's not alive that way. And it's true that you don't have karma with anybody who says that they're a pope. They're not a pope. They go on television. That's because they don't know how to say they're sorry to God before they get caught on camera and published on television. That's really far in the wrong for Pope Francis because that's been done before by other people who have died of being saying that they're the Pope and they're not the Pope. So it's what's wrong with what you are. You don't know how to say you're sorry to God and go homeless, and wait for God to come and get you. And in this case, God really had it in for you that Jesus was not alive, and he was trying with himself not being informed, but that there are many of you informed. You have an unclean death coming because of Jesus, and you're not supposed to be angry with myself, but you're so angry with myself that's completely off subject. That you needed the money that it is to be punished because Jesus is not alive. That's what Jesus could afford to do for himself. He doesn't really know you. I understand Jesus' frustration because I've had some myself, but I'm not really here that way. You are individually elsewhere, and you're due homeless on the threatening that Jesus is not alive. And you are carrying on and gluttoning food as though Jesus is sitting down at a table with you and he's that mean to me. And he's not alive that way because he's not allowed to do that to me. But you are alive because you owe a debt having to do with Jesus formed you. And you didn't ever really understand that. You still think he's crucified and you didn't come out of the threatening. And I don't have that for myself that I would help you anymore. I'm going to out of the threatening myself because it's due to know you at this time. It's due to say no to you at this time. And then once I do say no with myself, that's forever. It's eternal. I'll never be back. So what's next in the money? I don't have money for charges anymore, but I still need food. I have some M&Ms I want to eat, but I don't want to run out. This is what's left. The red bag of M&Ms is open and I ate a number of them already and there's a few left. And then the bag on the right, that's a new bag, but I don't want to eat them because Charles Toad left them for me, and I wanted to save them and so I can remember that he did that for me. I asked Charles Toad for M&Ms, and he brought me dark chocolate M&Ms. I didn't know I could ask for that because that's new to me. I've seen a lot of commercials for the new flavors of M&Ms, and the dark chocolate. I've not seen that on TV. So that was good that he brought that for me. I don't want to eat them because it's my last thing to remember Charles Cho did something nice for me. And I do need someone else to get me M&Ms, but he doesn't really understand how to get M&Ms if I don't tell him directly. So I'm going to tell him with this video. But I think it's homeless to know you, Mitch. It's true that you didn't know how to get me M&Ms because your initials are M and M, Mitch and Moser. You should be giving me a lifetime of M&Ms because I eat. So, what else do I want to know? I am homeless. I don't have threatening to tell you because it's homeless. I'm nearing come to myself deceased, and when I'm no longer in the formed world, I will no longer be making videos. But between now and then, I'm making videos because I'm in the threatening that I have to watch this apartment. I can't just sleep all the time because the front door has an exterior doorknob, so I have to watch that. And I'm using the videos and posting on YouTube to do that.